The only way that you're going to do great work in this world and become successful is if you are fully engaged while you're doing it. What's going on, guys? It's Uzziah, your success consultant, and I want to show you in this video how to be fully engaged so that way you can do your life's best work. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you are not fully engaged in following your passion, your skill, the thing that's going to take your life to the next level professionally, that means that you're not going all in. And if you're not going all in, you're never going to accomplish extreme levels of success. In today's video, I'm going to show you what being fully engaged looks like. So one of my favorite books, and I highly recommend all of you guys to get it. I'm going to put a link right below in the description of this video, is The Power of Full Engagement. The Power of Full Engagement breaks down that in every person, there's 4 different types of energy that one has that makes a determination on whether or not you are fully engaged. So have you ever been to work and you feel like you're burnt out? Maybe you're not physically tired, but for some reason, you're just not all into it. Maybe the work is not stimulating enough. You really don't care about it. You wish you could be doing something else. And the point is, you're not fully engaged. So how do you get fully engaged in the things that you actually do care about? Because, you working at your job that just pays the bills is one thing, but eventually you're going to actually get up one day and follow after your life's passion. And if you half-ass in that day, you're not going to be world class in what you want to be doing for the rest of your life. How do you be fully engaged? The 4 types of energy that determines your level of engagement is spiritual energy, mental energy, physical energy, and emotional energy. You can read this in further detail within the book. So when you read in the book, it talks about how we have these different 4 types of energy. Most people, when they think about the subject of energy, they only think about physical energy. And most people tend to discredit the significance of energy, not realizing that energy is arguably the most valuable asset on the face of the world. Like when it comes to resources, right? You're going to have 3 key resources in your life that you're going to be responsible with being able to manage. You're going to be managing your time. You're going to be managing your money, but then you also need to be managing your energy. Now think about this. When it comes to money, everybody views that with a certain level of importance. But isn't time more important than money? Money comes and goes. You lose $1, you could always get $1 back. But the time that you spend today and how you choose to invest those hours, that's an investment that you're never going to get back no matter what you do. You can never turn back the hands of time. So time is more important than money. Every single person that's making money in the world today values their time because they understand the principles of what I'm sharing with you in this video. So time is more important than money, but guess what? Energy is arguably more important than time. Because if I said to you, let's say that, God from the heavens above is going to grant you a wish, and he gives you 48 hours in a day to be able to get things done. 24 just isn't good enough. It's not cutting it. There's not enough hours in a day to get everything done. We're too stressed. Okay, let's say that God gives you this special wish and he says, I'm going to give you 48 hours in a day to get things done. But in exchange of those 48 hours that I'm going to give you, you're going to be completely burnt out. You're going to be completely dead tired, completely drained to such an extent that you won't be able to get anything done within those 48 hours. Would you trade that 48 hours for 24? I know for me, the answer is no. That's not a trade that I would make. So that shows you that even with the finite amount of time that you also have a finite level of energy to be dedicated towards things that can be more important than time itself. We don't have 24 hours of full-blown energy within a day. Our energy is scarce. So it's important that you really get down this video, because you can be as smart as you want, you can be as skilled as you want, you can work as hard as you want, but if you don't understand the power of full engagement, you're never going to be able to do your life's best work, because only those that do their best work are those that are fully engaged in the time that they're doing it. Let's talk about that. There's spiritual energy, right? Which is how renewed you feel about what you're doing from a spiritual standpoint. Okay? Spiritually, again, I want to share with you one of my favorite passages out of the Holy Bible. It says, "What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" And that's exactly how I felt at times when I was working in corporate America. I was gaining a good position. I had a good title. I had a good job with good money. In fact, when I told some of my closest friends that I was planning on leaving my job in corporate America to do what I'm doing today, they looked at me like I was 100% crazy. They said, "How in the world are you ever going to lose this position? Most people would kill to be in the position that you are in." You know what? Maybe some people would do that. But the reality was for me that I had a job that paid well, but spiritually it drained down on my soul. I was going to work every single day feeling depressed at some level, knowing that I had these messages inside of me back then. The things that I'm telling you about now, these have been messages that have been inside of my soul for years waiting to get out. But I couldn't do it at the desk job because I just had to be typing on the keyboard, programming away, doing something that would never change anybody's life, but I'm walking away with a paycheck to pay the bills. I did not want to get old and rot and die away at that job. Spiritually, it was taking something out of me. Spiritually, in this line of work that I'm doing now, notice how driven I am about it. Notice how passionate I am about it. Notice how fully engaged I am to be able to connect with you about this message. It's not just because of physical energy, because unbeknownst to you, I'm recording this and it's really late at night right now as I'm recording it. So what's keeping me going right now is not just physical energy when I would usually be going to sleep. What's keeping me going right now is my spiritual energy, knowing that doing these videos, enriching your life, making my contribution to the world that's going to last in this life after I die, Lord permitting. That's what has me spiritually renewed to do my best work. There's spiritual engagement, and it's very important. Next, your mental energy, okay? The work that you do every single day, does it stimulate you mentally? Is it dull? Is it too humdrum? Are you just doing something and just press a button, knowing that you're not actually pushing yourself to the next level, knowing that you're not challenging yourself, knowing that you're not going all in? If you are not mentally filled by what it is that you're doing, you're never going to be able to do your life's best work. So whatever it is that you do, let it be something that will drive your mental curiosity. Being intellectually curious in any industry is one of the most important variables that will dictate success. Mental energy is very important. Thirdly, your physical energy. I'm telling you this now, working out is important. I'm telling you this now, diet is important. So many people fail to recognize that when you're looking at a professional athlete that has a good diet and they train their body so hard, even though they're in world-class shape and they're physically fit, the level of work that you're doing every single day is more physically burdensome for you because most professional athletes, if not all, have a down season where they're able to rest and recover. Here it is. You're going to a 9 to 5 every single day of the week. You're working at least 50 weeks in a year. You don't have no off season. You don't have no downtime. Every single day you're putting in work. So it's more important for you to have good physical health than an athlete, because an athlete always has an off season to be able to rest and recover. Yes, when they go on the field and when they go on the court, they might be doing things that are extremely physically taxing, but you are going through such a burnout and such a marathon of work throughout the year. You've got to be physically fit on some level, because if you are not, and you don't value your health, you're never going to be able to do your best work. Your mind is never going to be clear enough. You're never going to be focused, and it's going to be that much harder to actually lock in. If you're feeling sick, you're not able to fully lock in. Imagine if I was sick right now trying to write these videos. You can't even hear me give you a message because I'm so busy coughing it up. Would that be a good video for you, or would it be a better one if I was fully engaged? This is the significance of full engagement. Last but not least, and I know that this is intense, but I can't do a video about full engagement if I'm not fully engaged myself. Last one I need you to get down. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Emotionally being engaged, emotional energy, okay? So you got to have a good emotional energy level in order to do great work. Give you a prime example. Let's say that you go to work right now, and on the way to work, or maybe as soon as you get to the desk, you find out news that your best friend died. Could you sit down when you go to work after hearing that news and do some of your best work? Would your mind be focused on the task at hand? Physically, you might be there if you haven't left because you're checking on the family, or you just don't want to be at work that day. Physically, you may be there, but mentally, emotionally, you might be somewhere totally different. Spiritually, you might be totally different. If your emotional energy gets knocked off, you'd be surprised how that knocks off every other area. You'd be surprised how it knocks off your physical energy, takes the wind right out of your sails, knocks off your spiritual energy, knocks off your mental energy, to the point where you become paralyzed and can't really get anything done. Now, with you knowing this, I want you to really do your homework and focus on getting all of these different energy levels up, so that way you can do your life's greatest work. Maybe you're not fulfilled at the job because you haven't thought about these 4 different energy levels. Now I want you to think about them so you could do better work. Okay? And last but not least, I want you to know that in order for you to be fully engaged, you have to understand the significance and the power of rest and recovery. In this hustle generation, there's so much thought about grinding, hustle, work. It's like busting your chops is the new sexy, that most people are working themselves into the ground without getting anything significant accomplished. In order for you to be fully engaged, you have to be able to have spurts of recovery. You've got to be able to value vacations and viewing it as an investment rather than a luxury. You've got to be able to have breaks within your workday instead of you just trying to just work from start to finish. You got to be able to have deliberate periods of recovery, because just like a muscle, if you work out a muscle and you just continue to work it out, and never rest, how will that muscle ever be able to grow? And how will that muscle ever be able to function if it's already been damaged because you never allowed your torn muscle fibers to be able to repair. I want you to be able to understand the power of full engagement, and I want you to be able to go out and get the book. This is very important for your success. I'm doing these success principles to show you what people that are so much more successful know, but they never tell you. I'm telling it to you all for free. Read The Power of Full Engagement. If you want to get your performance to the next level, read The Power of Full Engagement. If you want to take your accomplishments to the next level, your relationship to the next level, your health to the next level, your spiritual life to the next level, read The Power of Full Engagement, because it's so important for you to be able to learn these principles to really help change the game for your family, your future, your legacy. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Every single day I'm putting out videos just like this. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share with a friend. Be your brother's keeper, man. There's so many of us that was never taught this information growing up. And if we don't find out this information up until our dying day, man, that's going to be a life that could have been so much better spent having this information. Please don't let your friends and family members go out like that, not having this info. Please share this video. Please love your brothers and sisters enough to connect with this information that's all for free. Okay? A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And as I want us to be able to develop and improve and shape our community, I want us to be able to share our gifts with each other so that way we can sharpen each other as much as possible. I love y'all. I want you to subscribe and share with a friend. Do me that favor. I'll see you on the next video.